Howdy, partners! Red Dead Redemption 2 is packed with huge features that everyone talks about, but some of the smallest mechanics are the ones that can completely change the way you play. Most of these aren't explained anywhere, and unless you experiment, you'll probably never notice them. Today, I'm sharing several tiny gameplay details, hidden mechanics, and useful tricks that I found surprisingly helpful. Some of them can save your life, others save time, and a few are simply fascinating examples of Rockstar's attention to detail. Let's jump in. One of my favorite things to do in Red Dead Redemption 2 is ignore the main missions for a while and simply test random mechanics. It's amazing how many little details reveal themselves once you start experimenting. Number 1. Deadeye Instant Reload. Let's start with one of the most useful combat tricks. Normally, when your weapon runs empty, Arthur has to perform the full reload animation. However, while you're actively aiming and firing, you can activate Deadeye the moment your magazine runs dry. When timed correctly, your weapon immediately reloads, allowing you to continue firing much faster. One important thing to remember, this only works while you're aiming. If you aren't aiming, Deadeye won't activate in the same way, so the reload trick won't work. It's an incredibly useful technique during large gunfights. Number 2. Skip the night in seconds. Here's a simple time-saving trick. Most players set up camp every time they want to skip the night, but there's another option. If you're inside a town after businesses have closed, simply walk up to one of the locked shop doors. You'll usually receive a prompt allowing you to wait until morning. Select it and time immediately advances without setting up camp or watching Arthur sleep. It's much quicker if you're already near town. Number 3. Predators don't like water. Now, let's talk about predators. Strong horses, especially war horses and workhorses, are generally better at handling dangerous animals. Eventually, though, every horse can throw you if a cougar or panther gets close enough. Here's something interesting. If you move into shallow water, those same predators often hesitate. They'll approach, but once you're standing in the water, they'll usually stop advancing instead of attacking immediately. It's a subtle detail that's surprisingly useful if you need a moment to recover. There's another trick too. Simply pulling out your lasso and throwing it toward the predator is often enough to scare it away. Sometimes, you don't even need to fire a shot. Number 4. Alligator Escape Mechanic. Alligators work a little differently. If one attacks you on land, escaping is extremely difficult. However, if you're grabbed while you're in the water, the game gives you a chance to break free. When the prompt appears, press the tackle button as quickly as possible. Whether the alligator attacks from the front or behind, reacting quickly gives Arthur a chance to escape before taking fatal damage. Timing is everything. Number 5. Secret Building Access. Some buildings appear completely inaccessible, but if there's a glass window, try breaking it. For example, at Valentine's Hotel, you normally have to rent a room before using the bed. Break the window instead, climb inside, and you can access the room from another direction. The same idea works at the railway station office. Normally, that's where you buy train tickets or pay bounties. Break the window, climb inside, and you'll even be able to loot the station clerk. It's worth experimenting anywhere you find glass windows blocking interiors. Number 6. Looting horses safely. Here's another small trick. If you immediately search the saddlebags of a stranger's horse, or especially a lawman's horse, you'll usually get kicked. Instead, calm the horse first or move it to a hitching post. Once the horse relaxes, searching the saddlebags becomes much safer. You can often find useful loot like gold nuggets, tonics, and other valuable supplies. Number 7. The poisonous bulrush. Remember the common bulrush plant? It's one of the ingredients used to craft horse stimulants. But it's also poisonous. If Arthur simply harvests it from the ground, nothing unusual happens. However, if you later eat it directly from your satchel, Arthur immediately becomes sick and vomits. Here's the interesting detail. The vomit actually reflects what Arthur ate previously. For example, if you'd recently eaten crackers, you'll even notice traces of them. It's an incredibly small detail that many players never notice. Number 8. The mysterious cigarette card. While exploring a ranch near Valentine, I found an interesting cigarette card. Printed on it are two names, Sadie Russell and Jenny Willits. I'm not saying these names are directly connected to the game's main story. However, considering we already know characters named Sadie and Jenny elsewhere in Red Dead Redemption 2, it's definitely an interesting coincidence worth noticing. Number 9. A hidden place to relax. Here's one that's easy to miss. Around the ranch, you'll find a quiet sitting spot where Arthur can simply sit down and observe the world. From there, you get a nice view overlooking Valentine and the surrounding countryside. It doesn't unlock anything special, but it's a peaceful little location that many players walk past without ever noticing. Number 10. Robbing a shop. Finally, here's something worth testing. If you decide to rob a shop, try aiming your weapon at the shopkeeper for a short time. In some situations, the shopkeeper may flee the building. That leaves you free to grab items inside. Just remember, if another NPC witnesses the robbery or alerts the authorities, you'll still trigger a wanted response. So, timing and surroundings matter.
Bye now.
Those are some of my favorite small mechanics and hidden gameplay details that can easily be missed during a normal playthrough. Some of them improve combat, others make exploration easier, and a few simply highlight how much detail Rockstar packed into this world. If you discovered something new today, leave a like and let me know which tiny mechanic surprised you the most. And if you know another hidden detail that deserves to be featured, tell me in the comments, because it might appear in a future video. Thanks for watching, partners. I'll see you in the next one.